never know how to start these videos, but let me cover up a little bit, you know. And welcome back to the next YouTube video. Today we about to talk about the story of I'm Single. It's kind of like a small story, but it is a story, especially in like a hip-hop world where like the beef is slowed down between, you know, Kendrick and Drake, and, you know, the girls ain't really like popping, I guess, with their beefs that they be, various beefs that they be having on. But the story of I'm Single is kind of like a basic one, and I kind of want to talk about like the reference tracks in general.
Shit, she probably out here fucking niggas. I'm fucking her friends, now her friends ain't even fucking with her. Damn, she texts me all day and night.
Like, obviously I've talked about it before in a previous video. Like, the Drake reference tracks are just, I'll say it briefly here. Like, you want to check out my process on that video, you can. But like, the Drake reference tracks are just that. They're just reference tracks. His favorite artist is Kanye. You know, Kanye does it. There's just a variation in Drake's mindset than Kanye's, but that's like a different topic versus like wanting to be the greatest of all time. Like, that's different. But as far as Wayne's reference track, it's different because Wayne took the shit. Like, he straight up took the shit. Like, Wayne, when he did it, it wasn't like with the interpretation of, okay, I'm writing this for you, here's some music to assist you in your career type shit. It was like, it was sent to Wayne to be a feature on. Wayne was supposed to be featured on I'm Single. He was never supposed to be, it was never supposed to be a solo song. Like, Wayne said I think, like, Wayne, like, he said he wasn't feeling the song at the time. And it was like 2 weeks Wayne got to sit with the song, and probably, maybe at some point he goes through something with his girl, because the video vixen in the video is Tammy. So it has nothing to do with, you know, Wayne going to jail. Even the song comes out before he goes to jail. It comes out on No Ceilings. So this is like about 2009. So Wayne, perhaps he goes through something with his girl, he starts feeling the song a bit more, maybe he sits and listens to it a bit more, and then he kind of just adapts to it and likes it, and then he releases the song without Drake. Which even back then I always questioned why he did that. Like, I always, even today, like, perhaps he didn't like Drake's vocals on the song or something like that. Maybe that's the reason why he removed them. Like, as far as the removal of Drake off the song, I don't know. I don't know why he did it. Like, even as a rapper, he probably kind of had to kind of call, like, maybe nigga was just high and just said, fuck it. Because, like, there's even, like, a part, like, Wayne is, like, a student. He studies. Like, he learns his art, his lyrics. Like, I guess he just loves music that much. Like, if you even looking, like, back to the old Young Money bus videos, tour bus. I think there's about 6 of them. Like, you can see him rapping Currency parts, Boo parts. He's rapping the other nigga, Mac Main parts, other niggas on the bus parts.
Niggas still pushing Dodge Magnums and hold 10 pounds, depending on how you stack them. Young boy never been attracted to madness.
Back in the day, there's a BET award. I think it's about, again, 2009 or something like that. Drake couldn't get in, but Wayne goes on to rap right above it before Drake, because Drake's like locked out or some shit, but he goes on to rap Drake lyrics bar for bar.
Yeah, boy, I'm on that fly shit, I am. But everybody in my past don't want me to be, guess what, I made it. Homeboy, I'm the man.
And like, even when I saw that, like, I was like kind of awestruck, but then, you know, then I read deeper into like what actually happened to me. Like, was able to be okay. So I see what happened. Drake was locked out. He shouted them out at the end of performing the song and everything. So it wasn't like he was still. He didn't steal it that time. He didn't steal, like, you know, obviously Drake goes on to do the song. But like, it's in Wayne's character, like, and I'll say it like as a Wayne fan, like, it's in Wayne's character to take a nigga shit, do it better than them. And, you know, it kind of just is what it is. Like, he's done it, like, even did it to fucking, what's the nigga name? Mike Jones. Like, when people think of sky's the limit, they don't think about, like, Mike Jones. They think of Wayne. Like, even though that's not the name of Mike Jones' song, but, like, still, shout out to him. But, like, when you think of that song, like that's Wayne's song. When you think of like even now today, Wayne still releases the better variations of songs that people have put out, but I think it's like a streaming era and a young era, so Wayne's ain't really on streaming platforms, so Wayne's don't get looked at as much as like theirs do. Because I think Wayne still releases this shit on like Dat Piff or something, like, and I think Dat Piff is even out of business now. So like, what are you gonna release on Audio Mac, Google, or something like that? So, and a lot of people hate on him too, but that's like a hate on him for that shit. Like they be like, nah, man, that's gonna be my single or something. They don't let him do it no more. Even with that song, like the difference between Drake's is like written for the purpose of being for Drake, and not to like separate it, like, oh, it's like, not to like be selective or anything like that, but it's written for Drake. Those songs are written for Drake to produce. Those songs are written for Drake to put out. Like, in the end, both of them are incredible artists. Both of them have a skill set unique to them. Like, Wayne is by far a better rapper than Drake, but Drake does have a mentor, not a mentor, but guidance from somewhere else that he competes with, which is Kanye. He's not competing to be Lil Wayne, or Jay-Z for that matter. He's competing to be Kanye. Like, Kanye is the GOAT to him, so that's who he's competing with. And that's like a different level of creativity that he has to get into in order to compete. Because like, it's like, that's probably mostly the reason why he came out with it, honestly, Nevermind or some shit like that. But in the end, I think it's kind of like, even when it comes to like the fans who try to like gravitate towards those type of things, you have to remember, like, it's kind of like the industry's way of dismantling YMCMB. Like, it's kind of like an industry way. Like, they've always tried to get Nicki out of there with some new female. Drake, they're going to use the reference and the writers, majority of the purists, they're going to use like the writers and shit against him. Wayne is kind of like, it's kind of hard to say with Wayne, because it's like they kind of suppress him. Like, they try to make it seem like he's not as goated or as he used to be, but Wayne also hasn't adapted into like the newer culture of doing things. Like, Wayne is kind of like old school mentality. He's just releasing records. Like, he's not really like into it with like the academics and other people of those type of sceneries. Like, he's just in his own world, does his own thing, releases his music, his fans love it, they love it type thing. Like, he's no gimmicks, he's not dissing people for attention, nothing like that. He's just spitting. Like, and the industry as a whole kind of like want to like eradicate like their imagery, their rankings, everything, because like people honestly don't want to have a conversation of where do you rank like those three members of YMCMB. Like, you don't want to put them at the top three, like, because like that's why it's like always, oh, this person didn't do this in this amount of time, or Drake had this run but he had these writers, and Nicki, she was the only one, those type of conversations. Like, they gonna try to like discredit. So it's like things like this kind of like would help push the narrative, but it's not really a major deal, because as I said, Wayne took the song. Like, it's not really, Wayne was just sitting around in the studio having Drake write shit for him, because Wayne has like what a lot of people would call unquestionable pen. Like, he doesn't have any problem admitting to people helping him with like How to Love, Rebirth album, but like as far as his bars, rapping wise, niggas not helping a nigga. To put out what he put out in the amount of time he was putting out, at the skill level he was putting out, niggas not helping him. With Drake, I think it's like, it happened so many times, people question him now, because it's like, what is Drake's skill level? What did he put out? What did Drake put out that was all Drake? What is the records that people lean on, the timestamps, and things that they can't move the goalposts on. Like, did this creative process happen during his first album, or whatever? Like, whatever it is they can latch on to, that's how they're going to get rid of Drake's ranking. But be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments.
Make you show up. I know you